Right, back again. We're just going to go over the security for the bike and what I've got in place, and obviously this will be a personal preference thing, and really how much can be spent on security. The Ducati Diavol comes with the Datatag system, which I had absolutely no idea about. So I went out and bought a new Datatag, and then realised that it's actually fitted, and that was £80 wasted. However, I have arranged to send this to Ducati in Manchester, and they're exchanging it for some other required parts. But I thought, as we've got it here, we might as well have a look over it in a minute as well. Now my bike is going to be garaged. We also have an ADT monitored alarm, and there are two sensors in the garage, and the bike will be, I think, chained down. I'm thinking probably a ground anchor, and there is a very I thought expensive 19mm chain. It's not it's online. I'll probably put the link in the description below, but it seems pretty tough. They show various chains being cracked open with a great big 4-foot long pair of bolt cutters, but their own chain, and I wish I could remember the make of it, just doesn't succumb to the bolt cutters. Now if somebody wants to nick your bike, they're going to nick it whatever, but if you can deter them as much as possible by having as much security in place, hopefully they'll move on to easier targets. So yes, in the garage we've got two sensors. There's vibration and movement. We also have a camera in the garage that is linked to a video recording system that has Wi-Fi remote recording, so it's saved on the local hard drive, and it was also stored remotely. It's also hidden away, and it is also running on a battery backup system, so if somebody cut the power here, or the phone lines, whatever, it makes no difference. It's going to be, actually cutting the phone lines probably would make a difference, as the remote the remote recording side would then stop, but you would still be having the local record active. So cutting the phone lines would make a difference, but not a critical one. Cutting the power, again, I've got two CCTV systems here, both on battery backup, so that wouldn't make any difference to that, and the alarm would be instantly activated if somebody did cut the power to the house. So anyway, ground anchor, 19mm chain. I understand they now do a 22mm chain, although it's not on their website. The website that I'm talking about does not seem to have been updated very regularly, and the YouTube videos that they've got showing bolt cutters attacking other brands seems to have been made in a very low quality format some years ago. So I'm going to ring the company and make sure they're still around, but that will be the first bit of security other than being inside the garage. The bike is also having an alarm fitted to it, whether it's the genuine Ducati one or not, I'm not sure at the moment. There are third-party options that might be a little bit cheaper, and I can probably get it fitted quicker, although again it's really the wrong time of the year to be expecting a quick service from anybody in the bike world. I have also found it's a disc lock, but it's permanently fitted to the bike, and you have a removable pin with a bright yellow sort of tag on it, and that's the only thing you would need to remove from the bike and put it in your pocket when you are using the bike. It's a key lockable device. That's not arrived yet, but that will be here over the next week hopefully. I'm hoping it will fit. It seems to fit all standard caliper sizes. It bolts on as well as the caliper. I think it bolts onto it with perhaps longer bolts. It wasn't clear on the Amazon listing exactly how that works, but it did seem like a good idea. As I say, Datatag is fitted. We'll have the caliper lock. There'll be the chain. It'll be on a paddock stand in the garage, and I could probably chain that up. I was going to chain around both wheels, possibly around the paddock stand, and then through the ground anchor. That should do that. I mean that's probably it as far as the security goes. Can't think what else we would have that would be required on that. So a quick look at the Datatag. Now this is a forensic kit. It's very much like the Smart Water kits that you can buy from your local neighbourhood watch coordinator or from Smart Water themselves, and there are various components to this. Obviously you have the registration details, which we'll get out of the way. There is a very nice quality Datatag logo, and the reason I'm looking down here is because the screen on the camera is out, because this is on remote control and I'm looking at the feed on my phone, so I can tell whether this is in focus or not. So you place that somewhere with good visibility on the bike, and next side of it are a couple of little transponders, and these can be dropped into the frame or anywhere on the bike, and they suggest using the two-part epoxy, and you just mix that up, although it doesn't look like there's very much. You just coat the transponders with the epoxy and then drop them into a convenient and hard to get at location, and very much like your pet, a dog, you can then scan the bike and the scanner will pick up the transponders and the correct code will pop up that is on your paperwork, and they can track whatever these are fitted to back to the owner. So if it's just a frame, if the bike's been stolen and stripped, you're going to be getting a frame back if that's where these are fitted. So that's that. There are then two, hopefully you can see this, I don't know whether it will focus or not. Yeah, there we go. There are two very small transponders in there again, and these can be fitted anywhere in the bike. For instance, a good place seems to be on the saddle somewhere, on the seat, and you get a very sharp cannula type device to pierce under the seat. They suggest going in at an angle so the transponder doesn't wiggle its way out. If you go straight in and out, I think it can possibly come out over time, but if you go in at an angle it doesn't. So you would put the transponder into the tube, inject it into the seat, and then push it through with this metal rod and get it into position. There are, say, two of those. There is another Datatag sticker, and that has the phone number on there. All again, good deterrent. Show the bike is protected. Alcohol wipe just to clean wherever you're going to be working on. Now there are a couple of other things here. There is a UV marking fluid, and what you do with that, there are, again I'm not going to show you this because the Datatag code is on here. Hopefully you will be able to read that as this is going back and somebody else is going to be using it. But it's basically a pack of stencils and you would stick these onto various parts of the bike that don't get super hot. You know, you obviously can't do this on the exhaust, but pretty much everywhere else you can stick one of these stickers, and you will apply the material onto this, and it will just leave an etched UV marking with the Datatag code and the phone number, and the police have been equipped with the UV light, and they can scan over the bike, or if it's been broken they can look at parts and see this code etched onto that. And then there is also a DNA based liquid, and you can paint that wherever you want, and again, very much like smart water, that leaves a forensic fingerprint which can be detected and then read to allow the bits or the bike to be returned. Although I'm not entirely sure you'd like to receive just the frame back. And that's it. Obviously full instructions, certificates to register it with. I had no idea that Ducati were already part of this scheme and installing this at the dealers, but Martin at the dealership has been very kind and said he will take this back for me, and they'll obviously use it on another bike at some point, and I'm changing that for one of the bike covers, so it worked out okay in the end. I've got to get that posted off, but I just wanted to show everybody what Datatag system consists of. I mean, absolutely recommended. £80, it's on the bike for life. They do various other systems for bikes, scooters, quads, push bikes, cars, jet skis, caravans, boilers, okay, trailers, laptops, so there's all sorts of different systems, and you've got to get the right one for the piece of equipment you're protecting. I don't think they would be happy if you bought a cheaper Datatag system and then fitted to something that it wasn't approved for. In fact, they may not even cover it in that situation. So yeah, that's it. That's Datatag and just the other security that I've got in place. As far as security when the bike is being left somewhere, well, I don't really intend to leave it anywhere. Sorry, I keep looking down at the phone to see the screen. But if I do, it will have the alarm, which will obviously have movement sensor. The bike track will be on there. Datatag will be obvious, but I don't intend to leaving it anywhere. But if I do, I'll be using all of those things to keep it secure. So yeah, that's it. Anyone else got any ideas about security, what they've fitted, things like that? Just comment in the below, and we'll get on with some more videos. Catch you later.